Check, check, check. Come on, Lotro. Load and make some noise. And we have game audio. Windows has not messed up my sound settings 2 weeks in a row. It's amazing. Hi, everybody. It's Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to another riveting edition of Adventures After Dark. I'm your host. I'm Big Ed Mustafa. I'm excited to be here. I hope you're excited to be here. And if you're not excited, at least just be mildly bemused. That's all I can ask. I'm just glad you're here. Also, quick shout out to the folks who are watching on YouTube after the fact. It's terrific to see the folks that are either enjoying the stream, even if they didn't get to watch it live, or killing time when they should be focusing on work or school but don't want to be, and they're watching me on YouTube instead. So, yeah, thanks for the views, everybody. Just glad everybody's at least getting a chance to check out the content, hang out, and just enjoy some Lotro vicariously throughout the week. I think that's a good thing. I'm going to be playing Lenorian tonight. She's an elf, she's a minstrel, and right now she's in the homestead provisions, probably because I was turning in task items, because that's what you do in Lotro. Sure, you might go questing or go on an adventure or explore or do some skirmishing or raiding, but you got to turn in your task items, boys and girls. It's good and good for you. So if you turn in task items, you get experience points, item experience points, war steed experience points, reputation points, you earn cosmetics, you earn titles, and best of all, it helps get junk out of your bags. And that's important, because the most valuable thing in all of Middle-earth is spare pack space. We all need it, and none of us have enough of it, and turning in your task items helps. So that's how I roll. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Twitter message has been set, title's been changed, streamer commands have been updated. I think the one thing I haven't done, and he's probably not going to join me tonight. No peer pressure. But in the off chance Zinger were to pop in and care to join me tonight, I should have Discord open. So we'll get that launched just for fun. That also gives a couple of other people like Eldolith or Druid's Fire a chance to pop in. They've got an exciting announcement. They're always welcome to join my voice chat. And occasionally SKDX Killer wanders in just to hang out and chit chat. And he's always welcome. Even if I do have to occasionally remind him to keep it classy. Fall Festival is here. So I will update you all on a bit of a story. I was talking last week about how I'm putting a new PC together for Mrs. Mustafa so I can swipe her old system and play with it and experiment with a Linux gaming and streaming box. And I had bought a new Ryzen APU and a new motherboard, but they weren't compatible because the motherboard BIOS wasn't up to date enough to be compatible with the chip, because the chip is brand spanking new and the motherboard's probably been sitting on a warehouse shelf for 6 months. So I was all just trying to figure out what to do, and I ordered an extra Ryzen 3 3100 chip and was told it had shipped. And the day it was supposed to arrive, I got a notice that, oh, lo and behold, my order had been delayed. And it's like, well, of course it was delayed. You idiots probably didn't have the chip because they're hard to find. And I was sitting around trying to figure out what I was going to do about it. And I was on Gigabyte's website looking through specs about the Gigabyte Gaming X B550 board I had purchased, version 1. And I'm used to the term BIOS flashback, and I think that might be somebody's marketing term. Lo and behold, I'm going down the features of the motherboard, trying to figure out Do I need to return this for a more expensive board? If I keep this board, what would I do with it? And I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden I get to the bottom of the feature list. And I mean the very bottom of the feature list. QBIOS. What is this QBIOS thing? Oh, idiot, the board has BIOS flashback on it. So, yeah, I was able to update the board and get the APU working and cancel the order for the Ryzen 3 3100 chip. So, I'll probably wade back into that tomorrow and start getting Mrs. Mustafa's PC fleshed out. So the board's ready to go. CPU and memory all check out good. Got to install the NVMe drive and mount the thing into the case with the power supply. And then it'll be a matter of gutting her old computer and taking some components out of it that she's going to need. And so, yeah, that actually shouldn't take very long either. So I'm excited about that. I'm definitely excited about all of the cool upcoming stuff here in Lotro. People are having a lot of fun playing the Brawler. People are excited about Gundabad, the new legendary item systems in place, and most everybody I talk to seems to be pretty happy about that too. So it's all good news on the Lotro front. And let's see what we have to get rid of. Shattered hatchets. I got a lot of shattered hatchets. How is your evening going, Nick?
It's alright.
I think we'll work on Dol Amroth rep. What did you play today? Anything fun?
I got my herbs today, you know. My neck's been advancedly bothering me recently.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm supposed to go to a wedding tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna not be able to go. So,
Are you happy you're not able to go?
you know, I gave forewarning that possibility of me not being able to go was gonna happen. So,
Yeah, with Mrs. M taking wedding photographs, I'd pretty much fake my own death to get out of going to most weddings. I've been to so many weddings. I just, yeah.
it is someone who I consider a sister, but I'm like, yeah, you'll understand it's my health.
Well, hopefully she'll only get married 3 or 4 times in her life. You should try to make it to at least one wedding.
Yeah.
That's the thing about funerals, too. Generally, everybody only has one. So if you miss it, you don't get a second chance at those. I'm kind of blowing off my task at hand quest, but that's okay. Got a bunch of those things stored up, and I haven't really used them for anything. At some point, it may occur to the developers that it would be great if crafting were useful again at some point, but today is not that day, as Aragorn would say. And I think that's 10. Yep, task limit reached. And just like that, I've got 2 extra pack spaces, Nick. I am excited about it. If you haven't had a chance to catch the stream announcement tweet out on Twitter, you might find it amusing.
Let's see.
Oh, that stupid quest ring won't go away. That's some new bug that just popped up. I forgot.
I like it.
Uh-oh, Magical Ducky's upset. Puppet Box told him that they're going to create the G7. Ducky's weird, man. He doesn't like the flatline or the R301. Puppet Box checking in. Hello, Puppet Box. Just for you, man, I started 8 minutes early tonight. I'm that excited to be playing and streaming Lotro. So where the heck was I in the epic storyline, I wonder? Find the ranger encampment at Hennethanoon in North Athelion. I think I can do that. We ride for Hennethanoon and for glory. I don't think I have that travel point yet either, though. What do I have for nearby travel points? Minas Tirith after the battle. That's pretty close. Minas Tirith before the battle. Why do I have Dol Amrith so far out of order? There we go. We ride for Hennethanoon and for glory.
Always for glory.
Oh, you know what sounds good right now? Coke Zero. So I'm at work today, right? And they bring in pizza. And so I figure, well, lunch is free. I'll spring for a Coke Zero down in the break room. So I go down there, and we've got the commercial refrigeration cabinets. And I'm like, that's weird. They have both Coke Zero bottles side by side, red label and the black label. So without paying much attention, I grab a black label bottle, you know, very much like this one. I go pay for it, take it up to my desk along with my pizza, and I sit down and pop it open and take a drink. It's cherry. I'm just like, oh man, why are they doing this to me? I think the only reason they changed the labeling is because this is too close to the cherry Coke Zero labeling, and they wanted the regular Coke Zero to stand out differently from the cherry. They made the two bottles look too much alike. And every time I get a hold of a cherry Coke Zero, I'm just like, oh man, what a waste of perfectly good cola. I mean, it's not horrible. I can drink it, but it's definitely not my preference. Because again, you shouldn't drink slow gin and Pepsi. Bad things happen. I guess I can just write it out. I know where I'm going. Zinger says, I find Pepsi does flavors better than Coke. I don't disagree with that, actually. Roger says, Cherry Coke is great. Warren Buffett agrees with you. The Oracle of Omaha is a huge Cherry Coke fan, although I think he now drinks Coke Zero since he got diagnosed with diabetes. And he's super old, so he shouldn't be drinking a lot of sugar anyway. Rogers 522, welcome. Zinger, always good to see you. I'm just continuing on epic storyline stuff. Zinger says, probably just because Pepsi is naturally sweeter and maybe that jives flavors better with me. And it probably varies between the Coke Zero family and maybe the Pepsi or Coke family. I think the vanilla flavoring that they use in Coke Zero is horrifically bad. It's just really artificial and chemically tasting. I think it's gross. And they did that orange cream Coke Zero, also hideous, mostly because I think the vanilla ruins any chance that might have had to be good. I can't even comment on the orange flavoring because I can't get past the horror of the vanilla. And then, I mean, like I said, the cherry stuff's not terrible, but it's like somebody mixed cough syrup into my Coke Zero. Not a fan. But now, oddly enough, in the Diet Coke line, I've mentioned before that I actually like the Diet Coke with ginger and lime. That's pretty tasty. Not the least of which reason is it doesn't taste very much like Diet Coke. And I've actually seen that on Fountain a couple of places. I don't know if they're still offering it as a Fountain option. But that's pretty solid. And I'm dead. Nope, I can actually climb back up and out of here. Okay. Or I can't. heavy worsted off the Great Span in the middle of Osgiliath. So, not what I was trying to get done there. Yeah, Pepsi Cherry blows cherry Coke out of the water, almost like a caffeinated cherry icy. Well, there you go. But yeah, Pepsi is very sweet tasting. Cloyingly sweet. I don't really know what the heck's wrong with Diet Pepsi. It's just not my cup of tea at all. Alright, gotta get back on that horse, boys. Here we go. So, yeah, I'm digging the new job. Although, it is fueling my hatred of Dell again. I won't get into the details, but let's just say I've been beating my head against Dell computers that ought to work and just simply don't, and I don't know why. But, yeah, I made the joke that if nothing else, working on all the Dell hardware I have the last few days has simply reinforced my opinion that HP is worth the extra money. But I was trying to put a new image on a brand new Dell Optiplex 5090. 16 gigs of RAM, Intel i5. What was the processor? It was a 10505, which must be a newer OEM chip, I'm guessing. And the thing just would not successfully take a Windows 10 Pro image from our imaging server. And I would get the thing about 98% completely built, and something on it would just flake out at the last minute. I described it like trying to put a house of cards together and the last card would topple the whole stack. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
The Grip of Mordor. Yeah, I can kill 20 orcs. Standing on my head. I'm a little nervous about how my commute is going to be this winter. I have an all-wheel drive Subaru, and one of the things I've noticed is a lot of folks out by where I work tend to drive Subarus. So I'm suspecting that the commute might be occasionally exciting. It's alright, I'm ready for it. You know what I ought to do this weekend is get out to my favorite candy store. I have not had a Venom in months, I don't think. I have to actually take the quest before I can do that. See, having that task at hand thing floating there is messing me up. And you're like, well, Ed, just decline the quest. Yeah, it doesn't make it go away. I feel bad. I was hoping Zinger would come out and help me pick flowers out here in North Athelion. He's busy with other stuff. What do you think, Nick? Should I keep doing Epic Storyline, or should I go to the Fall Festival? Run through the Haunted Burrow a few times. I did the Fall Festival pretty diligently, I think. Maybe it was 2 years ago, maybe it was 3 years ago. Then I went back last year and tried to do it, and I couldn't remember anything. Singer says, wow, shame I'm missing that. I know, I feel bad for you, man. Hi, Pookie. That's a heavy jar of salsa.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one thing she still needs me for is opening jars.
Did you tell everybody you picked up another Cherry Coke Zero?
Yes, I was just telling that story about the horror that was my work experience today.
But you got free pizza.
Yeah, it's a little late getting to it, though. The place they got pizza from is normally really good, and after it's been sitting on a table for an hour in a cardboard box, it's not that good anymore. So at least I know where the place is. Now I will have to go there for lunch sometime and eat hot, fresh pizza. They do it's called Lansky's, and they have a few stores here in Omaha, and they make their own Italian sausage in-house, and it's really nice and lean and yummy. And they've got a pizza called the Butcher Special. It's an all-meat combo that's super yummy. Oh, I'm picking a rock rose, Singer. You're missing out. Look at those extracts come rolling in. Of course, I've already traded for my Athelian armor, so I don't really need this stuff. But when you're in North Athelian, you pick flowers. It's just what you do. Well, pick flowers and kill orcs anyway. And I suppose while I'm here... Nope, I'm on Lenorian and not on Mandalinia. Lenorian cannot mine Anorian Skarn. That might be enough dead orcs. It is enough dead orcs. We have Lucid Mordor's Grip for now. I just need to find that one last branch I need to clear somewhere on the path. Sean checking in. Hello, Calingweth. Hopefully everybody in chat's already following young Sean. If you're not, shame on you. Go get it done immediately. How's the flower picking going? Good! Ooh, I got an amber extract. That's one of the rare ones. It's good stuff. You're my good luck charm, Sean. Verdant extract, not so useful. Of course, just because Lenorian doesn't need any more extracts doesn't mean my next character up won't need some, so I can replenish the supply a little bit as long as I'm out here running around. Got to get to Henneth Noon, go talk to the rangers. So, if you need to go tinkle, you should do it now before I end up behind that waterfall. Because that's the thing. It's the noisiest ranger outpost in all of Middle-earth. Crimson, Verdant, and Umber. So there's Amber, and I'm trying to remember what the other rare one is. Sapphire, I think it is. There's a Sapphire extract and an Amber extract. And those are fairly valuable when it comes to trading with the herbalists. It's either I'm good luck or the worst luck, nothing in between. Well, you were good luck Wednesday. You helped us get through that skirmish we were doing. Wednesday night Adventures on Evernight group on my personal channel, we were going through some of the different instances and trying to figure out which ones grant some of the new legendary currencies that you need to power up your weapons. And I have made the transition on Mandalinia, my Runekeeper on Evernight. I have not made the transition with any of my other characters. I think she's the only one so far. So, yeah, I should probably get around to that at some point. You know what? I never did find that last dang branch. I got to ride back. I just looked up at the quest tracker and noticed that's still hanging out there. So I've been doing school Sari Surma for farming for traceries. Hopefully that's been successful. Are you just limited for once a day? Or can you do them at different levels or go back and repeat the instances? Inquiring minds want to know. And everybody who watches my streams knows I'm not going to have any useful practical information. I'll put that there for now. Nope, as long as the lock allows me. Cool. What if you imbued your legendary weapons and it didn't take you 6 months to finish maxing them out? That would be amazing. We ride for Hennethanoon and for glory. So Wednesday night, Mrs. Mustafa wasn't feeling particularly good, so I stopped and brought Chinese food home for dinner. I got a large chicken lo mein and a large pork lo mein, plus a couple of egg rolls. And we split the chicken lo mein and each had an egg roll, and we were pretty full, so we just saved the pork lo mein. And when I got home tonight, Mrs. M hooked me up with leftover pork lo mein for dinner, which was fine. It was actually pretty tasty. But to make up for it, I think she might be making me nachos. Sean says, I was able to build my champion ally in a few hours of farming, only having to buy maybe 4 traceries to fill the last few slots. Awesome. Yeah, I was just saying a little bit ago before you joined that everybody seems pretty happy with the new legendary system. At least that I've talked to. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that are mad about something, but nobody likes change except maybe a wet baby, and even they cry about it, so something needed to be done. I'm just wondering what it's going to be like to experience that system on a new character that doesn't already have stuff to trade in and get appraised. I think that'll be a test. I like the war bands that are here in North Aphelion. There's a giant spider, and there's some Easterling cat master who's got like a whole herd of battle cats with him. And he's actually pretty close to the camp of the host. I kill him pretty regularly. I forget what the third one is. They're not too bad to solo. Snakes in the trap. Talk to the captain of the Rangers. I think I was heading there to talk to him anyway, but okay. We ride for the Rangers and for glory. You realize you are being watched moments before a ranger emerges from hiding. Hello, Ranger. Explore the descending tunnel to Hennethanoon. I can do that. We ride for Hennethanoon. The hidden path is narrow and treacherous, so I will ride a war steed down it. Okay, you were warned to go tinkle. Now we're behind the waterfall. Oi, hello, Rangers. Aren't I supposed to be talking to the captain? Where's somebody with a quest ring? Assisting the herbalists. Oh, explore the lookout point. Okay, we can do that. We will goat our way there. Argon checking in says the LI system, the new LI system is great. And Sean says, I like the new system. To be honest, seems better for the grind and seems more casual friendly as well. Good, good, good.
I got these chips
Mm-hmm.
because the name reminded me of you.
Okay.
They're called White Round.
That's us.
Huh?
Mrs. Mustafa has brought the great golden gift of nachos. And I helped by opening the jar of salsa. And we haven't seen the new LI reward track yet. That's supposed to be coming with U31. Apparently Aragorn waits outside. We'll go say hi to him. Yeah, the whole thing does feel just slightly unfinished, but we'll see what it becomes of it. Hopefully everybody remains happy. Hello, Elisar.
Enemies may remain hidden by the beauty of this land.
Lookout spot. Let's go down and talk to the captain first. Is it Malbung? Who's the captain? Who am I supposed to be talking to down here? Nobody? You know what'd be really great is if I could get that to go away. Oh, if I accept it, it goes away. That's super annoying. Talk to the captain of the Rangers. Oh, at Aelin Vern. Okay. Oh, the Haradrim prisoners. Okay. Sir Chancelot checking in. Ed! Hello, Sir Chancelot. Welcome. We are eating nachos and doing the epic storyline through North Ithilien. Book 7, Chapter 6. Alright, well I already know those quests and they're boring. So we'll just keep doing the epic storyline. And probably eating nachos because these are pretty yummy, I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of you out there are going, man, he's lucky. I wish I had a sultry Asian vixen at home who would make me nachos. She extols a terrible price. She demands my total obedience. It is not the nirvana that it appears to be as I stream. Plus, if I don't have the camera protecting me, she's mean to me sometimes. Not that I don't deserve it, but... It's hard enough for me to live with me 24/7. I can't imagine how tough it is for her. Ranger Orndale nods at you as you arrive at his lookout spot. You spy movement to the northeast, but cannot tell for certain.
Did you see that?
Find the other lookout spots. Sean says he'll be right back. Sir Chancelot says, I work at a restaurant and I made myself nachos for dinner tonight. What are the chances? Nachos as a meal, always a good choice. Poor Zinger missing out on all this awesome flower picking. I think if the story's true, nachos were invented in Texas at a country club. Some folks were sitting around in the afternoon and they wanted something to eat, but the kitchen was closed. And their waiter, Ignacio, who was nicknamed Nacho, went in and just melted some cheese over some tortilla chips to keep the gringos fed, and the rest is history. Zinger's pretty sure he's not missing out on prime flower picking. And in fact, I don't even think he had chips. I think what Ignacio did was melt cheese over tostada shells and then cut the tostada shells in quarters. I've heard that referred to as an old-fashioned nacho before. Apparently I need to be up here. Come on, goat. You can do it. Well, we better pick this oxlip. Hello, mountain lion. What are we looking at? There are signs the enemy seeks to ambush Aragorn at Cirith Where are we? Nope. Cirith Nagan? We ride for Aragorn. And for glory. And for nachos. Steak nachos, chicken nachos, ground beef and beans on your nachos. Jalapenos, black olives, sour cream, guacamole. What are your favorite nacho toppings? How do you like your nachos, Zinger? Chat, how do you like your nachos? I think the worst nachos are the gas station kind where the cheese is in a liquid cup off to the side, and then you've got pickled jalapeno slices and then bare chips, because there's never enough cheese, and the cheese that's in those little cups isn't that good. And those are still good nachos. It's like, if that's the worst thing you have to eat all day, count your blessings, because they're still pretty solid. But nachos can be so much better. Potton likes beans on nachos. Margon says taco meat plus cheese on the nachos, then sour cream and salsa to dip. Solid choices. Once in a while, if Mrs. M makes tacos for dinner and we have leftover taco meat, I get the taco meat on my nachos later. We have a local casual dining chain called Romeo's that does Tex-Mex style food and pizza. And I ordered the nacho platter there one time, and they're like, "Would you like chicken or beef?" I'm like, "Can I get the pork?" And they were like, "Yeah, we can do that." It was not a bad decision. I was quite happy with the results.
The rangers of Athelion have spoken to me of that pass. We will need skill and stealth if we are to ambush the ambushers.
We will ambush the ambushers. I just like nachos. It's all good. Ooh, oxlip. I know I don't need the extracts, but man, it'd be fun just to grab one sapphire extract out here. Just one. Oh, I gotta go to the hidden pool to talk to him. Does that mean he's down below? That's gonna be a problem. That's a hell of a jump from here. I'll be honest, when the end game was picking flowers, I quit Lotro for about 18 months. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people felt that way. Yep, I'm probably dead. Nope, I did not ride over the edge. So I guess what I needed to do was circle around. I don't really see any good way to parkour down. Not without dying. Well, in Gundabad seems to be some barter items from collecting rocks. Don't know what for yet, though only very early beta look. Why am I supposed to be talking to somebody down here? I'm clearly in the wrong spot. Oh, he's at the looking point above the forbidden pool. Okay, I'm a complete idiot. Reading is fundamental. Well, the flower picking was all worth it because we got much better things to do shortly thereafter. Including the battle at the Black Gate. Oh, looks like I need to go up another level. Alright, let's get down off this stupid horse for now. I really can't get to that rock rose from here, can I? Singer says, now I know what Ed will be doing for the first 6 months before it hits the in-game store. Collecting rocks? Picking flowers. There's a rock rose I can pick. Crimson and Verdant. Fellow Dale down below. Well, that's odd. I can't find a way up on this side. It's annoying. I will have to eat a nacho and think about it. Hi, Mr. Bear. There we go. I knew I'd figure out eventually.
I will choose rangers for our band that are up to this task.
I will find others of my people who wish to help.
I hope you're planning to ask me to join on this endeavor. Let us make our plans and then depart for Kirith Negan.
Orcs and Easterlings have set a trap for the host of the West, but now we seek to foil the ambush before it can be sprung.
We're going to foil the ambush. Do not get too close to Kirith Negan before the Rangers are in position. Gimli must not be defeated. Sadly, I am out of nachos. Gimli's whispering his battle cries. Khazad! Khazad! It's relatively amusing.
Baruch Khazad.
Ooh, Easterling Slayer.
Baruch Khazad!
They got wrecked. This would pretty much be like what happens to me in Apex Legends, except I'm the orcs. Where did all those rangers come from, and why are they all shooting at me? Lord Smooches says, oh gosh, who let this guy stream? Scipio checking in. At some point, they'll find somebody better and kick me off of here, but until then, Friday nights belong to
We
me.
dispersed our foes, but do you think it was too easy?
We dispersed our foes and made sweet love to Ethan's mom, but do you suppose it was too easy? That's the real question.
Daggeras is troubled by the ease with which the ambush was upset.
And yeah, I definitely don't need the zircon. I need more room. Holy cow. Alright, let's get rid of these scrolls too. Goodbye. What's that? Pinch of Anorian herbs.
Go to Bar Tarnaher and learn what the rangers know of the road ahead.
Ski checking in. Hello, Ski. Where else can they get a Coke Zero sponsor? You have to stay. Evening all. I don't remember if it was Geeks Tour or Sir Waffles, but a couple weeks ago when I didn't have after Twitch swapped out all the stream keys, I asked for a new stream key and I got sent my old stream key by accident. And I was streaming for my channel and I can't remember if it was Sir Waffles or Geeks Tour. Somebody popped in, they're like, "What's the matter, Ed? Did you get kicked off a Lotro stream?" And it's like, What am I doing that anybody would think I would get kicked off the channel? It's all good. Someone sleeping on the job, let him stream. Can't turn him off fast before getting good rest. Good call. We're riding northwest. As annoying as a lot of people found flower picking, there's no denying that North Ithilion's quite a pretty place to adventure. Lots of trees and flowers and waterfalls and picturesque ruins and Purple Mountain's majesty. Singer pulls out the papyrus of reasons why. Okay, so I made one joke about Ethan's mom so far tonight. Nick's even been keeping it classy. He's hardly said a peep. I don't have a lot of luck with Elf Spear normally. There was a theory at one time that if you wanted to get sapphire extract, you needed to be picking plants down by the water. If you were near water, you were more likely to get sapphire. Never really held true for me. And for anybody who doesn't know, papyrus is an ancient form of paper. Like Zinger's been keeping a list of my transgressions for a long time now. Well, I certainly wouldn't argue that I'm not replaceable, but I'm glad I'm still here. I enjoy streaming on Lotro Stream and showing off the game for folks. And thanks to Chromite, I managed to keep my video settings pretty high quality. I like to show the game off in as close to its full glory as I can get. Ski says, finally broke down and started converting my allies. You know, we were talking about it earlier, Ski. Everybody seems pretty happy with the new ally system. So, I know the change is always a little bit unsettling, but by and large, folks seem to be responding well to it. I was overthinking it. Yeah, that's part of it. The old system was so cumbersome and complex that you couldn't help but wonder. It's like, okay, what am I missing? Okay, what else do I need to be doing? No, that can't be it. What else? I think there's a lot of that was going on with a lot of us. So Mrs. Mustafa came home with a box of vanilla wafers from the store a couple weeks ago. We hadn't opened them. And then she came home from the store a few days ago with a very large package of Fig Newtons. And after I ate the pork lo mein earlier tonight, yeah, it was a little bit salty, as Chinese food tends to be. I was like, that was pretty good, but I need something sweet to kind of cleanse my palate. Otherwise, I'd be drinking like 8 Coke Zeros tonight, which would be okay too. But I'm like, I wonder if and I went out looking for the vanilla wafers because I knew the box was open. And it was missing from the counter, and I'm like, what happened to the vanilla wafers? She's like, oh, I've got them right here. She was sitting at her desk eating them. And I'm like, oh, can I have a few? And so I had some vanilla wafers, and they were pretty good. And I thought, a little bit more sugar, I think, would just help really get rid of the excess saltiness. So I come walking back out, and I'm like, did we open the Fig Newtons yet? And she's like, oh, no, hand them here. I'm like, no, I thought we'd finish the vanilla wafers if they weren't open yet. I just didn't know. So vanilla wafers are fine. She's like, I don't care, I'm done with these. I'm like, well, let's finish these before we open the vanilla wafers. Otherwise, we'll be out of Fig Newtons and we'll have a box of stale vanilla wafers. Or a third of a box, I should say. So my fear is Mrs. Mustafa's out there right now, tearing through those Fig Newtons like Sherman took Atlanta. I'm going to walk out there and all the Fig Newtons will be gone and Mrs. Mustafa will be in a sugar coma.
The Nazgul are flying above us, out of sight. I feel their presence.
Find the hidden supply caches and bring them back here.
Hidden supply caches. Again, it's an awfully pretty region. Ooh, rock rose. Back Pain Jr. says, maybe less complex, but is it less grindy? I believe so. Pon says, yeah, the new LI system is great. Once you learn how it works, it will become a more simple and easy system. Pon would be caught handed in crumbs, yes. Boom, Ranger Cash. I hear her sneezing out there. She might be having an allergic reaction to all of the figs that she just got done eating. You know, one of the things I don't think I've seen on store shelves around here are fresh figs. We've bought dried figs before and just eaten the figs, and they're quite tasty. Figs and dates are basically just sugar from trees. So I don't know if that's really a healthier way to eat sweets or not, but dates are fantastic. I'd love to try fresh figs sometime if I can ever get my hands on some. I don't think they're native to Nebraska though, just a hunch. Oh, maybe World Market has them? I don't ever go there. There's one like 4 blocks from our house. Suppose if I really wanted fresh figs, I'd make the trip. Dried figs are plenty yummy. And I'm not gonna lie, you put them in a inside a Newton, they're pretty yummy. Oh, there's the war band. It should be the cat dude. That bleed off me. I'll have to throw something else away. I'll throw those herbs away. He's worth 900 rep. He's worth killing every day you're out here just to get the rep. Prunes are good too. I agree. In fact, I enjoy prunes, and I think prune juice would be a good substitute for cooking wine in a lot of recipes. It's sweet but earthy at the same time in a good way. Kind of like how raisins are. Prune juice is almost like liquid raisins in the best way possible. But yeah, I was thinking about playing around with my chili recipe for the chili cook-off where I used to work, and maybe trying to add a little bit of prune juice to kind of sweeten it up and add a little extra body. And then COVID hit and I don't work there anymore, so I have been asking around. Apparently we do not have a chili cook-off at the new place I work. So Maybe if we have a food day or something, I can make chili. I have a feeling if I show up with a crock pot of chili this winter sometime, I will not be unwelcome. So maybe that'll be a thing. Ski says, in Star Trek, it is the Klingon drink of choice on DS9. You're talking about some foods that have other benefits as well. Start a chili cook-off at the new place. That could happen. That might be how it started at the old place. Somebody brought in chili and somebody else said, I can make better chili than that. And the gauntlet was tossed and it was on from then on. Here's your cash.
The soldiers that came with us have become increasingly troubled.
If we do not seek victory, why then must we throw our lives away? I will die for Gondor if I must, but I do not want to die needlessly.
Their courage fails and I need to go back to Aragorn. I think Mrs. Mustafa likes me not cooking chili. We had a chili cook-off at the Flying Club a couple weeks ago, and she's like, just make cornbread. I'm like, okay. So I made corn muffins, and they were delicious, and I made honey butter, and that was delicious. Although, much to my surprise, somebody was like, I don't like honey butter. It's like, how can you not like honey butter? And not to toot my own horn, but I thought the corn muffins were pretty yummy too. Wouldn't mind making them again sometime soon. I feel like I'm not on the right path. We'll see what's at the top of the hill. Ooh, rock rose. Rock rose was handy because it has a lot of different extracts, but it usually doesn't have the rare extracts. I think by and large I found oxlip was most likely to give sapphire extract, but we're talking like 2% instead of like 1% for oxtail or velching, which is a really funny name for reasons I won't go into. And I think I'm going the wrong way. I think this actually turns and cuts up the mountain. Bellowdale. Verdant umber, no sapphire. Boo for no sapphire. Hi, Mr. Bear. Am I just lost? Starting to feel like I'm just lost. It's an archer. Nope, I think this was the road I was looking for. Ski says, I like corn muffins without the corn chunks in them. My dad and I eat them for breakfast. My dad covers them in maple syrup. Yeah, that'd be delicious. And in fact, I thought about making a maple syrup butter instead of a honey butter just to mix it up. And you can actually just make pancakes out of corn muffin batter and eat them with maple syrup and butter like regular pancakes, and that would be terrific. But yeah, you don't actually have to put kernels of corn in your cornbread. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just however you like to make it. In fact, somebody else made their cornbread that way at the chili cook-off, and it was good. I had a piece. In fact, I'll bet we still have honey butter in the fridge. I made like 1.25 pounds of it, and I think we probably only ate 1/3 of it at the chili cook-off. We brought 2/3 of the tub home with us, which is a good problem to have. You know, and one of the other dishes I'll bet I would just love, and I've never even tried cooking it before, is polenta. Polenta is a buttery, cheesy corn mash that's the consistency of mashed potatoes, or maybe slightly creamier. And it would go good with just a whole host of dishes. Aragorn, your soldiers are wussing out.
What did you learn at Bartanaher, my friend?
Reassure worried soldiers at Hinnathanoon. Okay. These aren't the guys who were losing their nerve, but sure. I see that on cooking shows, but never tried it. Morgan says cooking polenta is a workout. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stirring involved. It's a little bit like the corn version of risotto. Now, I have made risotto from scratch before, and it turned out really good. But I had some help with it. This is a spectacular view. Look at how gorgeous that is. You can see Osgiliath in the foreground there. Rivers and mountains and trees. Well, I'm a bit funny. It's not that I don't like potatoes. It's just that I'm not. It's not. I just don't get excited about potatoes, and I'm always looking for other kinds of starches. So I like rice quite a bit, and I mean I don't mind potatoes, but you can fry them, you can mash them, you can bake them. That's about all you can do with potatoes. And I mean, there are a few potato things that I like plenty well. Potato skins, I think, are a terrific appetizer, particularly if you get some sour cream and bacon bits on them. And not bacos, I mean real bits of bacon. There's so much you can do with potatoes. Ski says, one of the reasons I love this game. Yeah, there's some pretty spectacular views. You know, and potatoes are fine. Like I said, it's not that I don't like potatoes, but you can do pastas, you can do dumplings, you can do rice, you can do other starchy vegetables. I think polenta would be nice to add to the variety of starches available for different meals.
Thank you for your efforts, my friend.
On the border of Daggerlad, we ride for the camp of the host. Oop, oxlip. OFC, I still find pineapple can go in anything. You think there's a good pineapple and potato recipe out there somewhere, Zinger? Larry TV says, how's the game crafting? Is it meaningful? At this point, I would say no, and they seem to be making it less meaningful, which is unfortunate. I'm big on crafting. I like crafting, and it's kind of a letdown right now. Instead of being able to craft cool, useful gear that you'll want to use, at least towards endgame now, it's mostly just used for rep points with different factions. It's like, this isn't what I trained this up for years for. They're in the middle of rebalancing some stuff, though. Changing the legendary weapon system. And crafting's temporarily been nerfed in that regard. But that is likely to change in the not-too-distant future, so... Unfortunately, right now, my answer is going to have to be, we'll wait and see. Oh, Potton said earlier today the producer said he would love to see crafting revamped. Him and me both. Yeah, I saw Severlin had a stream up on YouTube. I didn't get a chance to catch it live. I was a bit shocked my stream from last week. It's gotten almost 500 views on YouTube, which is a lot for me. I mean, I don't work for Standing Stone Games. Nothing I say is official. It was just great to see so many people checking out the stream and enjoying my lazy catching up content.
We are close to the Black Land of Mordor now.
We should go there and kick Sauron's butt. Well, that's interesting. Okay, let's vendor some stuff and we'll come back to Aragorn in a minute. Singer says, just let us craft more essence stuff because I want to see essences thrive and be loved by all. Larry TV says, I just started playing a few weeks ago and was introduced to the farming. It seemed interesting. Wasn't sure if it was going to be worth sinking much time into. I do a fair amount of farming and cooking. It's useful, especially depending on which class you're playing. Having extra food. I found on Burglars and Guardians I ate a lot of food. Just being able to keep your out of combat regeneration up helps quite a bit. Cannot be used on that target.
We shall hold fast against the enemy.
I need you to buy some junk from me. Those hides can go. Margon says farming is the best. Everyone is helped by food. Backpain Jr. says at least I do. Oh, captains use it too. Okay. Yeah, I don't play a lot of Captain Backpain. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, I think it would be handy on captains too. Marks and marks. What else we got? Junk. Gipio says I mainly craft for food scrolls and tokens. Yeah, scholar stuff is very valuable, or at least useful, Larry. And scholar's one of the classes that can farm, or one of the vocations, I should say. So
We are close to the black land of Mordor now. I want to keep Sauron's eye focused on us for as long as we can.
talk to some dudes. Hey, dudes. Hello, dude.
I will do as Aragorn commands, though it bring us onto the blasted plain.
One of my favorite places to run around and hunt in Asheron's Call. There's a spot out in the Dire Lands called the Obsidian Plain. And it was just crazy what you'd run into out there. It was just fun to run around and just go fight mobs out on the Obsidian Plain. Ah, those were the days.
There will not be much cover on the plains of Dagorlad.
Referring to Dagorlad as the Blasted Plains. Talk to Legolas. And when I heard the Blasted Plain, it reminded me of
Wait a moment, if you
the
would.
Obsidian Plain. Pon says, I think he also said about allowing one character to have all crafts, then just 3 you get, making other crafts to a progression, or some kind of so not to kill off crafting alts. We'll see.
I trust you, Fyron, and Minran, as I would trust no others.
Where are we going? We ride for Daggerlad and for glory.
I will not lead the host of the West into Daggerlad without knowing what awaits us. I have sent trustworthy friends to scout before us on the battle plain.
Hello, Mincham. Ooh, cutscene. The Black Gate of Mordor. Make your way to the upper levels of Narcost. Do not be seen by any of your foes. Oh, apparently I'm going through here. Something smells delicious. What is that? I sense a pattern. We're going to do some eavesdropping. So So, yes, it stands right now. I think Scholar's extremely useful. I think cooking and farming are pretty good. Jewelry crafting is barely useful. Although, maybe I spend too much time in epic battles. Woodworking I did not find particularly useful once I got to level 50. I mean, by the time you get to legendary weapons, it's like, who cares about woodcrafting anymore? Your mileage may vary. I know there's some people who make like warden carvings and things like that, but it's like, meh, forget it. Armor crafting, tailoring are both mildly useful. Weaponsmithing, again, once you get to level 50, not so much. Legendaries kind of take over. So, am I missing anything? I think that covers all the vocations. I mean, you've got prospecting, farming, and forestry, which are basically just support skills. Jeweler is the least uses craft. You rarely sell jeweler maps. Most no one buys gems. Level 130, really only scholars and cooks. Yeah, I wouldn't argue about that. We use a lot of hope tokens. Thank you, Pookie. A Coke Zero, how did you know? Do I need to pour you some 7-Up Zero Sugar?
Nope.
Okay.
That stuff is disgusting anyways.
Mrs. Mustafa bought a 2-liter of 7-Up Zero Sugar and does not like it. I think I have drank more of it than she has, which is extraordinary since it contains no caffeine.
I'm glad you have returned in safety. What can you report of the Slag Hills?
The trumpet emote. I report that the Slag Hills are alive with the sound of music. Okay, maybe not. That's a problem. What else can we get rid of? Hold that thought, Aragorn. I'll be right back. I think I can at least put that emerald shard in the vault.
Well met.
Nope. Weird. Zircon shards, mithril flake, heritage runes, Athelian shards, Dwarrowgleam shards. What am I doing? Oh, were you just grabbing a blanket? Yeah. Okay, thought you wanted me to rub something. Nothing exciting, mind you. We're on Lotro stream. We got to keep it classy, honey. Zinger says, what about the 3-year task items that are all under 10? Yeah, this can probably all go. Although mysterious ears are useful. Burnt ears are useful. Clipped ears, not so useful. Well, I had some scarn I was able to ditch. So that was okay. Good one, honey. See, when I belch, I always mute it, but if Mrs. Mustafa has to burp, I have no way of knowing. So if you ever hear burping on my stream, it's always her and not me. That's my story. Oh, this is some lesser bauble that's totally useless. I don't even know what that's doing in my bags. Let's get rid of that. Why is none of this stuff stacking? Enchantment ruins. Enchantment ruins. Why would those not stack? Level 101. Oh, level 150. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Well, I guess I can take Zinger's advice and sell some wings. There is no hot sauce in
What
Middle
news
Earth,
have
so
you
there's
from
no
the
reason to
lands of
hang on to
Gondor?
them.
Are you cold?
No, I'm good. I have your unconditional love to keep me warm, honey.
Huh?
Well, that's weird. Why don't those wings show up? Oh, I'm ears. Selling ears. Apparently ears and spears are very similar. Alright, let's see what Aragorn's got for me. Might be forced to go switch out some legendaries just to clean up my inventory.
I'm glad you have returned in safety.
I'm
What
glad
can you
too.
report of the Slag Hills?
Slag Hills are awesome. We should totally go there. Is it Banner Gondor? Nope. Nope. Let's check the collections panel. Well, that's a little weird. I was just sure I'd gotten that emote recently. But none of the banner emotes are lit up for me. Oh, there it is. Banner Gondor, all one word. Alright, so let's see if we can try these. This is where you need to set up macros. That'll scare them. Talk to Iris in the High Hall. Wants me to go all the way back to Minas Tirith. Alright. Do you have a new LI? Not on this character. I haven't done the LI exchange yet. Well, there you go. Regeneration food is the freebie. Who knew? Okay. I'm in Minas Tirith. It's a bit of a mess. Swift Horse, 6th Circle. Let's go, baby. We are on it. I am delighted to report that this weekend, Mrs. Mustafa and I have almost nothing planned. Last weekend, we kind of just hung out at home and chillaxed last Saturday. Then we had to go work the Radio Control Flying Club auction. Not quite all day Sunday, but it was a long day. We got there about 6:30 a.m. and got done about 4 o'clock. Mrs. Mustafa worked the computer registration table, checking in pilots and items to be auctioned and checking out buyers with their purchases. And I got to auctioneer. We don't really auctioneer, but just kind of stand up there and try to sell auction items. It's a big fundraiser for the club. We made a little under $2,000. Helps pay for hot dogs and Coke Zero for the whole year. Some of us fly good, some of us build good, all of us eat good. Talk to Galathier in the House of Remedies. New Deed, a lesson in herbalism, intermediate. New Deed, a lesson in herbalism, advanced. In fact, I sold the most expensive item at the auction. That was a giant scale Mustang, and I think it was a Byron's original. It's a rare, no longer produced P-51 Mustang with a nice, big, fairly pricey gasoline engine on it. $860 it sold for. Here he is. Hey, old man.
The enemies of men approach. I hope you are prepared.
Talk to somebody else who's here somewhere. Seeing all of these well-wishers running around is making me think of Terrence Trent D'Arby. I don't know if anybody will get that reference. Nope, this is all closed off. Okay. It's a bit problematic. I can't find whoever the hell else I'm supposed to be talking to in here. That will slow things right down. Definitely says in the House of Remedies. I can't find a quest circle. That's quite the door. I wonder where it goes to. I don't know. Where's this dude I'm supposed to be talking to? In the House of Remedies. Daunting task. I don't know. Where's your apprentice, dumbass? Hopefully I haven't walked past her more than 5 or 6 times already. Oh, here she is. Yeah, I probably did walk past her once or twice. Near the remains of the Great Bridge in Osgiliath. Okay. Oh, don't tell me I have to ride all the way back down, do I? Sure looks that way. Or maybe I can go back to the stables. I think that's where I picked up the horse to up here. Y'all got any horses? Nothing I can ride anyway. Okay, this was a waste of a trip up here. Ginger says, good night, all. Have fun. Ginger, thanks for coming by. You have a lovely night, and hopefully we'll talk to you more this weekend. Oh, here's the horse. Just drew in late. Good deal. Maybe that's the excuse I need to get a 16-core chip instead of an 8-core. I'll convince Mrs. Mustafa I need it so that Minas Tirith will draw in faster. We ride. This weekend we have almost nothing planned. I think we're meeting some friends for dinner. I can't remember if she said tomorrow or Sunday. It's all going to be very casual in any event. I think we've got a pretty good honey-do list building up. She needs some help getting some paperwork done for her job. And we got a big pile of laundry, and she wants to go to the grocery store. I'm sure I'll get no rest this weekend. Seems legit. Night night, Ginger. If the stream seems really laggy here, it's because the game's really laggy here. I might have stretched the client to the point where I need to reboot soon because I've been region hopping. You found Milgamel, and she appears to be admiring the ruined city from the causeway. House of Healing in Osgiliath. The roadway into Imlad Morgul. Ruins of Bar Aroth. Fortress of Caer Andros. That's a lot to survey. I think we'll switch to GOAT. What is the FPS? I think it's Control F. Yeah, it's dipping down into the high 20s. Bouncing between mid to high 40s and mid to high 20s. Which is laughable considering how much horsepower I have. And goat power. Yeah, that drawing's pretty terrible. New deed, a look into Osgiliath. Thought there were still some herbs here to be picked. Yeah, it's really lagging bad. Again, that's the game and not the stream. Got nacho cheese caught in the gears again. Yeah, it's just popping in and out of Minas Tirith twice, probably. We ride for Minas Morgul. Or Imlad Morgul. Time to go. Thilian, Kierandros, and Thilian. Freelancer says that place is boring. Hi, Freelancer. How was your week, freelancer? Werewolf Blood 6 checking in. Hi, Werewolf Blood. I'm doing good. Freelancer says, could use some excitement, like maybe supersonic battle cars. Ooh, that does sound good. Go stand by your friend. Werewolf Blood 6, how was your week this week? Ooh, Vetchling. That's weird. I thought this was one of the places she needed to survey. Oops. I think I've had problems with this before, and I need to walk her back out and walk her back in. That's an axe I already got. We just came in the wrong entrance. No, we came walking right up here. Well, let's skirt around the outside of it. We're looking for axes anyway. There's a pile of skulls. There's another pile of skulls. That was a lot of orcs. Four of 8 on axes. Gipio says, "Hey, freelancer." And don't forget, Kipio and Freelancer also stream. Well, I suspect it might have been a while since Freelancer's fired up. That's okay. Maybe if more of us get over there to follow him, he'll stream more frequently. Oh, she's finally ready to survey this place. Even with the orc's presence, there's still a bountiful garden here. I shall gather some of the buckthorn and vetchling for Master Galathyr. You knock yourself out, sweetie. They did not make it. Yep, looks like we're jumping down. There's a second sneeze coming, but I don't know when. Soon, perhaps. Ooh, a pile of skulls. So I think I'm 7 of 8 on axes and skulls. And here's my last axe, I hope. There's 8 of 8. And there's somebody here who's AFK. So the last pile of skulls, I wonder. Right here on the fountain. We are headed out the back. And nobody's talking in chat, so I'll go ahead and shout out my old pal Lord Smooches also. Oh, I haven't streamed it yet, but it'll make Zinger glad to know. I have gone in and played PC Builder Simulator. Had it in free mode and whipped out a system or two. It's actually more useful than I thought. I don't think from a practical standpoint it teaches you a lot about actually building a computer, but it does walk you through the parts and the order in which they need to be installed. I thought that was reasonably useful. I'm playing Path of Exile tonight. AKA the Diablo 3 game that Blizzard should have made. Path of Exile is very cool and free to play. If you guys haven't tried it yet, you can download it from Steam. It's well worth checking out. Just don't try learning the game while you're playing with Magical Ducky, because he'll get very frustrated. You're not playing at maximum speed while you're trying to figure stuff out. That's okay. I like his enthusiasm. PC building is easy except the damn case I/O ports and the lights to the motherboard. Yeah, those front panel connectors are a bit tricky. Especially if you're starting to turn vintage and you're ham-fisted. Still, if that's the worst part of it, it's not a big deal. I'm kind of anxious to take this 5600G for a spin. Tech Deals on YouTube actually did a video they posted today. They were playing Grand Theft Auto 5, 1080p high detail, no video card. They were pulling about 55 frames a second on average with just the integrated graphics and the GPU. So I think for older titles and for a lot of esports stuff, those are a really good solution, especially right now when you can't buy a video card for love or money. Now that 5600G gives you plenty of processing power and usable graphics. And you can just go back and add a video card later once they become available. But when you got turd cards coming out like the 6600 and they can't keep them in stock, it's just like, where's all this inventory going? I was watching a video report by Hardware Unboxed, and they're saying that Europe and Australia video cards are good availability. They're just exorbitantly priced. Here in the US, they're just flat out hard to find. Excuse me. I've been hitting the caffeine. I don't know why I'm pooping out on you guys so early.
The earth has reclaimed the deeds of men and orc, fair or foul. Will you hear my plight?
Oh, we're definitely getting some quests turned in.
What tidings do you carry this day?
Question the prisoners. I don't know if I want to do that one right now. Ooh, it's larkspur near water. I haven't gotten a sapphire extract all night. And I don't have one here either. And my bags are too full to fish. I'm a sad panda. I guess I don't need to question the rest of these, do I? Treasure cache. Nice. Ooh, lots of good stuff. And you said when empty, new allies mostly do better than your old allies. There were a lot of classes that needed love.
Be wary, my friends. Evil spoils these grounds.
Ponton says, off for now. Have fun storming the castle. Ponton, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for answering some questions. You have a good night, bud, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Ponton is a font of knowledge when it comes to Tolkien lore. Always glad to have Ponton hanging around.
Will you hear my plight? Be wary, my friends. Evil spoils these grounds. Though I know Aragorn not, a ranger will not lead you astray.
We're all good back here. Okay. Well, I guess I can take the rest of these quests. There. See, I figured I had something else to get picked up back here. Tales of Harad complete. Margon, while I'm not chatting much, it is still nice listening to you playing Lotro. Well, thank you, Margon. I'm just glad you're here hanging out. I know most of the folks in chat are playing while they're hanging out in the stream. And that is perfectly okay. I think a lot of us do that. I tend to play when I'm watching other streamers as well. Come to the freshest waters of the river. I think I'm supposed to fill a sack. There we go. Drake wort. You know, the music and sound effects are just really soothing. Plus, it's not like when I'm streaming Apex Legends, you don't have to listen to me rant like a lunatic most of the time. It's much more serene. That needed to happen. We ride for marrow root and for glory. For vetchling and oxalate, maybe? Come on, game, hook me up with some sapphire extract. I need to start heading the other way for more marrow root. You guys getting excited about Halloween? It's only like a week away. Ranger calls out to you and orders you to hold. Hello, Ranger. Yeah, I'll come back and play bondage games with you later. I've got marrow root to find. Loud Coach says, how you doing there this evening? Man, I used to play this game back in 08 to 010, but lost track of my account. If you remember the email address it was associated with, you should still be able to recover it. Or you can just always roll up a free-to-play account. Man, they've added a ton of great content. Mordor, Minas Morgul, Gundabad's coming. They just added a new brawler class. It's the nice part about Lotro. It's just sitting here waiting for you whenever you're ready to come back and play. I am in North Athelion right now. This is a 100th level zone that's just outside of Minas Tirith. And it's after the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. And it's quite a pretty zone to be questing in. Sharky says, what's a good server to join if you're new or returning? I've got characters on. Loud Coach says I played last when the Runekeeper and Warden were released. Yeah, that was with Moria, I think. Or maybe Mirkwood, one of the two. They've added Bjornings, they've added Brawlers, and you can play as a High Elf or a Stout Axe Dwarf now, too. They're more new races or sub-races than they are classes. But Stout Axe Dwarves can play as burglars, and High Elves can play as captains, so that just adds a little bit more variety to the game. Sadly, still no Hobbit champions. You know, it was funny. I remember coming through here looking for sapphire extracts. Seemed like you could go hours and hours picking every flower in sight and not find any. And then there'd be other times where you'd get like 3 sets in like 10 minutes. I think I'm still missing one. Whatever I'm picking up. Oh, plus there's a code to scoop up a ton of the content for free. Lotro Quest 2021. Yeah. Great time to return. Anyway, I don't think I answered the server question. There's no bad servers. You really can't go wrong. I'm playing Arkenstone right now. A lot of times I play on Evernight. I've got characters on Crick Hollow, Brandywine, Gladden, Landreval. I even have a character on Laurelin. But I've got characters across all of the English-speaking free-to-play servers, and they're all good. And it is possible to play Lotro without a subscription, I'm told. Looking at a patch up there that looked like the weeds I've been collecting. I don't know if I collected all I need. We'll ride back and maybe there'll be some along the road I can spot. Makes as much sense as anything else at this point. It was with Mori, I believe. It was an old clan called Reported for Reporting as the troll group of the server. But we also were some of the first who figured out the new Moria raids upon release. Very cool. Yeah, Moria still holds up as a really, really terrific expansion. And they retooled it a bit so that it's not quite as dark and the quest pathing is easier. It's actually a pretty fun region to go through nowadays. Oh, I have to go chasing the Moomak? That's a lot of work. Ooh, horsetail. Ooh, wooden chest. Daggerlad Onyx. Singer says, some parts of Gundabad have some Moria vibes going on. Interesting. They're raising the level cap to 140? Is that what I've heard?
Will you help bear my burden, friend?
Yep, 140. Somewhere there's a ranger that wants to arrest me. Here he is. It's gonna get weird up in here. Rangers blindfolding random strangers. Can't believe Gussie Moose isn't in game right now. "50 Shades of the Grey Company" with Gussie Moose.
We must keep fighting, but to what avail? The light shines anew upon the hills of Ithilien.
What news do you bring, traveler?
I bring the news that you need to buy some junk from me. Let's see what we got. I don't think I have a whole lot left to sell, do I? Oh, that stupid scroll. Let's sell that. Oh, Jade Gemstone. We can sell that.
Well met.
And what else do we have to sell?
We will defy the enemy and take back these lands.
Ooh, those are some fairly advanced repeatables.
Will you help bear my burden, friend? We must forge ahead.
Apparently we must forge ahead.
suspicious of an unquenched fire in the distance. Faramir led Unborn and the Rangers to a campsite, where they discovered neither man nor orc, and discovered only a smouldering fire, and none nearby to tend it. It was then two small creatures
Bilbo
leapt from the
and or
brush
Frodo and
and
Sam.
raised their weapons against us.
They cannot be elves, for it is said that elves are fair to look upon. Whom not fair to look upon, indeed. When you're done, maybe you should say who you are and why you won't let two weary travelers get some rest. My name is Faramir, captain of Gondor. Thilian has no travelers, only servants of the Dark Tower or the White. We are servants of neither, and though Captain Faramir says otherwise, travelers we are. And then declare yourself and your errand at once. This is no time for riddles. Where is the third member of your company? You know the one, the skulking creature. Some stealthy breed of orc, perhaps. He gave us a slip by some trickery. He is only a chance companion we met along the road, so I cannot answer for his whereabouts. Gollum, of course. Please spare him if you come upon him. He is only a wretched gangrel creature under my care for a time. As for us, we are simply hobbits from the Shire, a land far from here. I am Frodo, son of Drogo, and here is Samwise, son of Hamfast, a hobbit in my service. We have walked far, our path taking us from Rivendell. We set out with 7 companions, 1 fell in Moria, and the rest we left at Parth Gillan. Our company consisted of an elf, a dwarf, 2 more of my kin, and 2 men. Aragorn the Ranger and Boromir, who came from Minas Tirith. Boromir, Captain Boromir. You came with Boromir, son of Denethor? That is strange news indeed, if true. What had you to do with him? Speak swiftly. Is the riddle that Boromir brought to Rivendell known to you? Seek for the sword that was broken in Imladris it dwells? Yes, those words are known to us. It is Aragorn who bears the sword that was broken. As for the halflings in the rhyme, we are they. This is a plan to see what is Isildur's bane. That is hidden. We must learn more of this, but now is not the time or place. You were in great peril and would have been caught in a hard battle if we had not come upon you when we did. Hablung and Damrod will glad guard you for your own good and mine. If I survive, I will speak more with you upon my return. Farewell. Whatever you think, I swear that we are friends to all foes of the one enemy. If any errand allowed it, I would wish to go with you and serve you in your cause, if we could hope to be of any help to such doughty men. Let the light shine wherever ever on your swords. Halflings are courteous folk indeed, whatever else they be. Farewell.
I will not soon forget those halflings, for they were bold to give Faramir such cheek. As he and the other rangers prepared a trap for the men of Harad at Cirith Negin, Mablung found his discussion with the halflings loudly interrupted. I spoke with the halflings for a time, and they asked much about me and my brethren.
They shall not pass unchallenged, not while Faramir leads our host. His life seems charmed as if fate spares him for some greater end. Sounds like the smithing of 1,000 blacksmiths altogether. This is as near as I should like to get them to get. They're coming. They've broken through the trap, and our captain pursues. Our trap had failed.
For the Southrons broke through, his arrows flew above us. A great trumpet sounded as the Mumak rushed forth, and in madness it slew all caught in its path. sails as they slept and awaited my captain's return.
Wow, I just saw an Oliphant. I think I'll take a nap. It's pretty much my reaction the last time I took my niece to the zoo.
What news do you bring, traveler?
We got gloves and rings.
Well met.
Control the lands. Collect King's Foil. Daily repeatables. He's got something for me. What do you got? Lay traps. You know, Margon says, good night, Ed. Catch you next time. Margon, thanks for hanging out. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again soon, my friend. Peace. And I was just going to say, I think it's probably time to call it. I had fun tonight, but we'll have more fun next week. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Actually, you can stay here, but we're going to go raid somebody. Let's go check in on El Galadwin. I'll be back next Friday. I'll be around on my channel this weekend. I'm not sure what I'm playing Saturday and Sunday, but you're always welcome to pop in and say hi. You can catch me at twitch.tv/BigEdMustafa. And if you're not following El Galadwin, shame on you. She's a great streamer. She's a fellow Lotro Stream Team member. Pop over, say hi, throw her a follow, show her some love, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Peace. See you next time.
Just go to their house, but yeah. Oh hey, Lotro stream. Thank you for the raid. Hello, hello. Hi Big Ed, how's it going? Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. I'm just doing some brawler questing still. And thank you for the follow, Roo76. Hello Big Ed, hello, hello. How are you doing? Alright, do I want power or do I want this one? Okay, here we go.
Listen well.
How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see here. So I'm gonna take off my Victory at Wraith Tereg bracelet and put on this one instead. Yes, sweet. Wow, I'm not used to getting quest rewards that are bind on equip instead of bind on acquire. So, but yes, I will use this bracelet. Interesting. Okay. Hello, Zinger. How's it going? All right. Well, let's see, what am I doing now? I need to go to Newberry, I need to go to Serraden. Oh, I need to talk to Tom Bombadil. I guess I really do need to stop putting off all my Old Forest quests. Chillin' in North Athelion. Oh man, North Athelion is so pretty with all the flowers and stuff. Oh yeah, you're picking flowers, of course. Yeah, no, I love North Athelion. I still haven't gone there on the epic and on my main character because I'm so behind on her, even though she's level 130 because I'm doing all the quests in the game. So one day I will get there, but yeah, lovely place.